Welcome to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain. We got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in the question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts and allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This Audi belly button of a podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Spotify. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me, as always, is the also host, the Diet Pepsi to my Pepsi, Winter Trash Monk the Thizzard.
Why did it have to be Pepsi? Can't it be Coke?
Diet Mr. Pibb to regular Mr. Pibb. How about
There's
that?
no
How about that?
Diet Mr. Pibb.
There has to be, man.
No, I'm going to look it up.
All right, introduce yourself first.
My name is Trash Monk, the third Trash Monk. I. Trash Monk. I. And the reason why I can't do it the normal strength is because I might reactivate my bloody nose.
He was watching a lewd anime and his nose started bleeding. Like, oh no!
No, I don't watch that.
You don't watch the lewd ones?
No, unless someone doesn't tell me that it's gonna be lewd.
Those are the
and
best
then
surprises.
it just happens to happen.
Yeah,
Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman Crybaby is lewd. All
right, so there is Pib Zero, but there is in fact no Diet Pib.
We're crossing hairs here, man.
I'll cross you.
I had what was it?
Oh wait, they're the Diet Pib from yesteryear.
Solo, Han Solo.
They don't make it anymore.
Whatever, it existed. It exists in our hearts and minds forever. Diet Mr. Pibb, 1,000 years.
I'm gonna look into this.
See, look, see how Mr. Pibb does not have an MPI number for those in the medical field.
There's only Pib Extra and Pib Zero.
Pib Extra is dank, dude.
Yeah. It's the Mr. Pibbs of the Pibbs.
For those who are in the fast food variety, Checkers and Rallies are the only places.
Come on, baby, and do the twist.
They're the only ones who actually sell Mr. Pibb on tap.
Come on, baby, and drink some Pibb.
Mr. Pibb is amazing, dude. I dare say better than Dr. Pepper.
We're not Chuck Berry's restaurant.
You're gonna get us.
Who tapes you when you piss?
What?
Look it up, people. Chuck Berry videotaped people in the bathroom.
I want to know what restaurant you're going to that tapes people when they piss, dog.
Chuck Berry's restaurant. That's a true story, man.
Word?
Yeah.
That's kind of Easty, dude.
That was like years ago.
Word? Dude, that's hype. That's like
if you look at a picture of him, like, are you gonna go? What are you gonna expect from the dude?
It's kind of like looking at there's this restaurant that's owned by Kiss. It's called Rockin' Brews, and it's a pretty hip restaurant. You know what I'm saying? They sell giant pretzels. You can't turn down a giant pretzel. Have you ever had just a warm giant pretzel, dude, with the hot mustard, dude? It's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay, he was let's see here. Barry claimed that he had in 1990 he was sued by several women who claimed that he had installed a video camera in the bathroom.
It's not a good look, man.
Barry claimed that he had the camera installed to catch a worker who was suspected of stealing from the restaurant. Although his guilt was never proven in court, Barry opted for a class action settlement.
Just give him the money. How much is okay? Why you're already
estimated that 59 women cost Barry over? I like how they put it. Cost Barry over 1.2 million plus legal fees.
How much do you think Chuck Berry's net worth was?
More than 1.2.
Did all the restaurants close down immediately after the allegations, Doug?
Yeah, I'm still trying. I really want to know what the restaurant's name was.
It was like Chubby Checkers. Is that the same guy?
No, Chubby Checker with a different guy.
Okay.
They all don't look alike, Mike.
Did he watch people piss too?
No, he just with Chubby. That's all he did.
Oh, fair enough. There's no sin in being chubby, man.
Well,
well, kind of.
It's not healthy. We can agree to that. Yeah.
Gluttony's a sin, right?
His name was Southern Air Restaurant. That was the name.
Were there any? Was it all in the South and stuff, dude?
It was a restaurant located in Wentzville, Missouri.
Oh,
but it no longer operates as a restaurant, but is now a satellite campus for Lindenwood University.
You ever just feel like a tourist sometimes when you see
restaurants? Go on Wikipedia?
No, man.
Oh,
like it's like as someone who's never been, I'm like, man, I want to check out the Waffle House, right? Like I just want to see. I heard the food's good. As a tourist, right? But
yeah,
every video,
I want to see what a sorry,
Jesus, but every video you see of the Waffle House is people getting stabbed, thrown out of windows, and all types of crazy stuff. It's like maybe I shouldn't go to the Waffle House, man. Like ever, like even if there's one around. It was almost like when I had White Castle for the first time. Have you ever had White Castle?
No.
Yeah, it was not that great. I know I'm just triggering a ton of people who's like, In-N-Out's garbage too. I'm like, no, In-N-Out's godlike, but
garbage. It's garbage.
Garbage. But
you know what? Say hi to your mother for me. Garbage.
Yeah, they made a movie about White Castle and everything. In-N-Out should get his own movie, dude. Real talk.
Or
not. Or, you know what I mean?
The year was 1952. And we wanted to keep the money.
Where are you going, dude?
And we wanted to keep our tradition of square hamburgers away from those people.
From those people? Are you saying that Wendy's is racist, though?
I'm saying White Castle.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
Doesn't White Castle make square burgers as well?
Yeah, but when I hear square burgers, I immediately think Wendy's.
Well, that's a problem that you have that you need to go seek help for.
Yeah, square burgers is not natural, man. That's like having a French fry in a circle. Oh, that's just a tater tot. Dang it.
French fried potatoes. Big kosher pickle and a cold drop beer. Well, good God almighty, which way do I steer to get a cheeseburger in paradise? You're the backup vocals. You just say paradise.
Paradise.
Medium rare and mustard be nice.
I like whatever that was. Now you just make me super hungry. That's the problem.
One of the 2 cheeseburger songs that I know.
that's a Spotify playlist. Just a play. It's a playlist of just songs that have to do with
the first
food.
one is VeggieTales. My very cheeseburger. I want a cheeseburger. The Jimmy Buffett cheeseburger in paradise. Dice.
Remember that one song by the Fat Boys and all they did was rap about pizza for like 4 minutes?
I don't listen to rap.
Oh, you suck. No, okay. I know someone out there is going to fail me. There was this one Hamburger Helper mixtape these 2 guys made. And it sounds legit. It sounds like they actually in the studio. And they made like a 12-song mixtape just about Hamburger Helper.
You're not selling it, man.
It was dope. I may have to find one of the tracks. YouTube be damned. I'm gonna put the Hamburger Helper mixtape at the end of this episode. It's gonna be fire. We had a deal. As you run over just a bunch of pigeons who refuse to move. Well, I'm thinking of just this one barbarian who just the pigeons never move for him, so he just gets real frustrated.
World where pigeons have taken over the world,
pigeons refuse to move.
One barbarian.
Wow. Okay, we need to get away from that. The barbarians.
No, they're Aryan Brotherhood that are all named Barb.
That's what I'm saying. The barbarians, dog.
They're all Aryan Bronies.
Aryan Bronies? This is going south fast. What did you do with your week, man? The barbarian.
What do you think I did?
You wrote your barbarian fanfic, apparently.
Yeah. It was a cold summer day.
Wow. Somebody needed a haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What you do with your week, Brosif?
Well,
Brotato chip?
I went on Monday to
Born on a Tuesday.
to buy 2 tires. And then my dad went, you know what, just buy 4. I'll cover those other 2.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. And then I originally quoted the price of like, so it was gonna be like 200 or something bucks. And then I left the tire place spending $350.
Oh, that means they got you, dog.
No, I bought a rim because my spare rim was bent and I didn't want to leave. I wanted to just get this over with and get it all paid. And then I complained about the price of the warranty for stuff, so they took it was going to be more.
More? Like MOAR or MORE?
More, MORE.
Okay,
it was going to be like $380.
Bastards, you talk them down.
Yeah.
You gotta get the true coat. You gotta get the true coat.
So then I go, oh, okay, I'm already in a spending mood. Let me go to Jiffy Lube to get an oil change.
Fun.
Turns out they wouldn't even touch the car. Oh, they said that there was a leak here, a leak there. There's just coolant everywhere. And I look when I get home. There's not. There's just a puddle where I spilt some putting in some engine coolant that morning.
Pro tip,
but
never
they said,
go to Jiffy Lube, man.
But they said, okay, and for that reason, we're rejecting giving you just an oil change because it's a liability issue. I go, oh,
okay.
I believe I remember hearing that from someone else who had this car before me. But
yeah, it's stupid.
Live and learn. It's the circle of life.
Yeah, I love when you go into a mechanic to get an oil change and like, yeah, you need new spark plugs. You need to do this. Like, I just want the oil change, man. Mm-hmm. This is all I have. This is all I can do. Well, we can't just do that because we want to make sure your car is in the best running. I'm gone. I don't want to hear it. You just roll out to good mechanics, man. Is a bastion of social engineering. Like, good mechanics are so hard to find. like legit, like honest. They just want to help you. Mechanics are just in the more populated the area, the more crap mechanics you come across, man.
Yeah,
it's one of the biggest banes of being an adult. It's finding like, you know what I mean? It's like finding reputable mechanics that just aren't going to screw you over at every turn. You know what I mean? It's the most dating game thing ever. Because you're just like, after you start hearing that song a couple times, you're like, this mechanic is doing things to my car I didn't ask for, and then charging me.
Get away from my car!
And then holding it hostage. You know, like, it's terrifying, dude.
Get away from my car.
And then Harrison Ford jumps out the boot of the car with a tire iron. Did you know you can just steal a car if you just had a tire iron by itself? That's all you need. You know, you use the tire iron to bust out the window, and then you use the sharp part of the tire iron to break the ignition lock, and you use like that same part to kind of play with the key, the ignition. That's a pro tip.
That's cool, man.
That's a pro tip, because you never know, you may be in a zombie invasion and need a car like now. Not later, but now.
Yeah, man.
Do it.
And then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
You know what? It's good to know someone who owns horses. It's good to know how to ride a horse. Actually, that's a good life.
Wild horses.
Where is my John Wayne?
What are your thoughts about Rolling Stones?
I'm more of a Zeppelin guy. So that's my response. I didn't
put them against each other.
I don't care. That's my answer. I don't care.
They're not even in the same decade. Led Zeppelin 70s, Rolling Stones is 60s, I believe.
It's one of those things where it's like, I put Rolling Stones against Zeppelin like Beatles goes against like
Rolling Stones. Checkmate, Your Honor. The defense rests.
Needless to say, I have only one favorite Rolling Stones song, and it's the one song I like.
Hold on, let me think about it.
Can you guess what song it is going to be?
Give me the first note.
Is that the Rolling Stones? Psycho Killer.
Oh, you are trash, man. No, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
How dare you, sir?
That is Talking Heads, man.
Okay, I like that song. But
That's
anyway,
like 80s.
No, okay, I was thinking of another song. No,
that's Talking Heads Psycho Killer.
I like Psycho Killer. Anyway, my favorite
Okay, sorry.
My favorite Rolling Stone song is,
give me the first note.
Who? No, not who. You just want the note. It's
I'm so hot for her.
I'm so hot for her.
Is that the right one?
So hot for her, but she's so cold. Yeah, that's
was that right?
Yeah, you're right.
Woo!
1 for 1. Winter Trash Monk the Dessert.
I'm a burning fire.
That's my joint right there. I bumped that on the way home from work almost every other day. That's good stuff.
Do you like the symbol that the drum or uses? He uses the Chinese symbol.
That's dope.
They go. It doesn't go. It doesn't go. It goes.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get to the nerd news.
Okay. We didn't even go over our weeks, man.
Oh.
We just shot the shit.
My week's great. How was your week?
My week's amazing. You want to do some polls?
Yeah, man.
God, this podcast gets better and better, like a fine wine.
This cast is hot for you, and you're so cold.
So, speaking of which, I guess one thing we both did, we can talk about. Did you watch the Foot Bowl? The Superfoot?
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan. Oh, no, I can't. I was going for Stephen A. Smith.
Why you always go? I thought you were going InfoWars again. I was like, oh, no.
No, Kyle. I can't even do InfoWars.
Yeah.
I totally ruined Stephen A. Smith's voice.
Nah, Stephen A. Smith is kind of difficult. But anywho, there were commercials, and one major commercial, which we're going to talk about in the news, was the Disney Plus original series stuff. They showed a trailer for things we've been waiting for. So I asked the Nerdiverse, of these 4 shows that are coming to Disney Plus soon, which is your mostly high anticipated? One is WandaVision. The other one is The Falcon and Winter Soldier. Star Wars Clone Wars season 7, I want to say, and Loki. We didn't get a trailer for Star Wars Clone Wars during the Super Bowl, but we got one for those 3. Do you have any dog in this fight, Winner? Do you care for any of these?
I'm a 49ers
options?
fan, man.
So
sorry, I'm told my brain was. What are you gonna do with it,
sir? This is the Wendy's. Okay, 49. I'm gonna make this work. 49ers, right? They wear red and yellow. Wanda, Scarlet Witch wears red.
No, I don't want. I'm not really looking in.
Vision has yellow in his costume. Yellow, red. Wanda, Vision.
No, I'm not interested in it.
Damn it.
I want more Star Wars. That's all my brain.
Star Wars. They want Star Wars.
I don't sound like that, Mike.
This Marvel stuff is stupid. Or Star Wars.
Fair enough.
Unless they do like a very gritty Marvel series.
That's coming later.
Or we've already had it with Punisher.
That doesn't count, sadly. All the Netflix stuff has been stricken from every book and tablet, sadly. One thing I do like about the WandaVision stuff, it looks like, remember of course you know, the Black Hole Sun video from Soundgarden? It reminds me of the Black Hole Sun video, where everything's just slightly distorted and weird and hot and sweaty.
It reminds me of the Twin Peaks movie, Fire Walk With Me.
Fire Walk With Me is next level. So the Nerdiverse is still kind of deliberating on this, but I'm going to give the current polls as they stand now. No one cares about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's at 7%. Loki is at 14%. Star Wars Clone Wars is at 21%. And WandaVision is currently in the lead with 57%. People want to know what that's about, man. It looks weird.
Are you ready for the Wanda? Ready as I can be.
Wanda has really big, Roseanne hair, and it's kind of awesome. I'm with it. I'm with Roseanne hair, dude. Big fluffy hair, like 9 to 5 Dolly Parton hair, dude. That's a good look.
Can you name 2 Dolly Parton songs.
Jolene,
Uh-huh.
because that's my favorite Dolly Parton song of all time. And technically, didn't she cover Crazy by Julie Andrews?
I don't know. I only know Jolene.
How dare you, sir? Even if I gave you a legit song, you wouldn't have known.
That's right. You just been had.
Hoisted by my own petard. How dare you? I'm gonna say that a lot this episode.
This is the content that people want.
This is the content they scream for, dude.
Uh-huh.
The Nerdiverse screams for this, dude. It's good stuff. This is Scotch and Cockney, dude.
Whatever.
All right. What's your favorite Stone Temple Pilots song?
Cracker Man, you wanted to.
Fair enough.
No, this one, because I listen. I am smelling like a
That's my
rose that
favorite.
somebody gave me on my birthday deathbed. I am.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Or
All
I
right.
like Vaseline.
Vaseline is good. I like Gasoline by who's that? Creed? No, not Gasoline.
I like Guzzling.
Guzzling, costly gasoline. News? Question mark?
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to it yet.
News? Question mark? We have news. We talk about news on this podcast. This weekly episodic podcast.
Get your words straight, Jack.
What? News? News?
Yeah, let's get to the news.
Baby Yoda? Did you send me another YouTube thing?
No.
What are you doing over there? What's going on?
I'm not sending you anything, man.
Did you just send me gasoline, dog?
I did not send you anything.
I see you over there, man. You're behind the bushes like spaghetti. Spaghetti. You know, peeking over.
What shows is Spaghetti off of?
Spaghetti is off of the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great Job.
Okay.
Which takes a special kind of insanity to enjoy.
You can be alive for.
What do you mean? I did the reference, so it would be weird for me not to know where my reference came from.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking you.
I'm just saying.
I'm calling you out.
Okay, I can
Don't
handle
ever call me out.
I can handle the hot seat, brother. I can handle it, brother.
Why are you an extra off of Soul Man?
Brother? I can handle it, brother.
Why are you an extra from Superfly?
You ain't got to worry about me, brother. I can handle it, brother. Got me. I'll do it. I'll take care of it, home skillet.
Okay.
We're talking about... Now I'm taking it too far. Now I'm off the rails. Platinum Games. May their star never stop shining. May their spirit never lose its luster.
Okay, man.
1,000 years Platinum Games. There's a couple of Platinum Games things I want to talk about because I love that studio, and it's a video game section of the podcast. Platinum Games did a Kickstarter for a remastered version of the Wonderful 101, a very great but forgotten game banished to the halls of the Nintendo Wii U. This is one of Platinum's best games, but sold like crap because the Wii U was not the best system. Come at me, bros. So it sold so low that to even get a remaster, they had to kickstart it themselves. But I just think of games that are so bad that it would take the company would make the producer do that. You know what I mean? Remasters usually don't take that much energy. You're just kind of bumping it up for HD. But this game, they had to go to the people and say, fund this, please. Apparently, it's already hit its first goal. So it's done. Now they're just going for stretch goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what do you think about that, Winner? Like, games that have to fight to be relevant. You know, old games have to fight for relevancy in this day and age.
Well, I don't know if it's just this day and age, because there's always been that thing, right? Like, how many can we, like, there's probably evidence of a drop between Super Mario and Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sneeze in a minute.
That's okay. You can sneeze. I will keep talking to mask your sneeze so that you have the power of the sneeze within you. Like on to Prince Adam when he summons the power of Grayskull. It becomes He-Man.
Focus. It's
You
not
good?
happening.
You good?
Yeah.
You good? Okay. I'm a good wingman when it comes to sneezing, bruh.
Yeah. But I do think actually it's not as hard. I mean, the part that's hard now, if we're being honest, is not because companies are not advertising the games. It's just that the market's so open. Like it used to be like everyone had to share the hot tub, but now we're in this big old mansion pool. Yeah, that these smaller games have to go, oh, look at me, come hang out with me in the pool. And then someone goes, Modern Warfare, new battle pass out.
Get out the way.
Yes.
I get it, man.
Like Marco Polo.
Hey, I'm Celeste. Check us out. Get out the way. It's Apex Legends. He just does a big frog splash.
Yeah.
I get it. I feel it. And these smaller kind of initiatives for existing games. It's not like this is a brand new game. This is a game that's been out for almost 20 years now. And I think all of the games to the Wii U have been ported by now, but Wonderful 101. So it's kind of the redheaded stepchild, as it were. But I'm happy that it's been, I would say, backed. And Kickstarters have kind of died down because so many people have gotten ripped off by Kickstarters that the Kickstarter fad kind of went away for a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to do that when you don't have the backing of a legit company. But Wonderful 101, no matter what, had backing from Platinum, which is a legit gaming company. On top of that, Nintendo, right? It's not some indie developer working out of their garage. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I know what you mean.
So there is kind of that safety net that Nintendo wouldn't want the bad press, so they would have probably helped to back it anyway. On the same token, Platinum Games is also asking for Microsoft's permission to talk about a little game we've talked about once or twice, and that's Scalebound. Apparently, they're trying to get Scalebound going again.
Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Basil? Hashtag watch Faulty Towers. Wasn't that the little game that could?
I vaguely remember people talking about that.
Because it was on the big stage at E3 for Microsoft, and it was Platinum's next game, and everybody was excited, and the guy looked like Dante.
Yeah.
And then it just died, and everyone was like, oh, I guess. Okay. But Platinum now has that Tencent money, and they're just like, hey, Tencent, can you buy this from Microsoft? You guys have the dollar bucks. So maybe we will get Scalebound in PS5 or Xbox Sex, That's sweet X, by the way.
All right.
Just in case people forgot, it's called the Xbox Sex. You may know more about this than me, but apparently Blizzard has responded to the Warcraft 3 Reforged fan feedback, and it's not good. What's going on with Warcraft 3 Reforged, man?
I don't know what's really been going on. I can only imagine that it's not up to par.
Yeah, they're giving automatic refunds for anybody who asked for them at this point.
Yeah.
Not even fighting it. I'm hearing it's the most lower rated game of the past 5 years or something stupid like that. People hate this thing. And it's kind of like when betting on nostalgia goes wrong.
Betting on nostalgia goes wrong.
It's like you can't half-ass certain games. And when you say you're going to put out Warcraft 3, and Warcraft fans are already some of the most, I would say, passionate fan base of video game fans ever, and you put out this Drek and everyone's just calling you out on it, this is continuing that chain of AAA companies are just really just not having a good time lately. They're just having a hard time lately. And it kind of sucks. If it was a game I cared about, I would probably be a little bit less comedic in my approach to this article. But I just think it's fascinating how banking on nostalgia can just really sandbag your entire company. And how no one's talking about the new stuff you're coming out. They're talking about your current mistakes and just putting a bad taste in everyone's mouth. You know, it's like, but I bet you money, like very soon we're gonna get another Diablo 3 trailer or something like that, just to rinse everybody's mouth out with Colgate or something, dude. You know, when you kiss somebody and they taste like hot Cheetos,
Yeah,
not a good
luck with that.
Not a good look, man. You don't want the red Cheeto you don't want the red Cheeto mustache. It's not
Well, that's what you think, mister.
Ooh, somebody likes it spicy, dog.
It's getting hot in here.
So hot. This is more of a PSA for people who like Final Fantasy VII. There is a trailer that's out right now for the Final Fantasy VII remake that is spoilerific. And you may ask yourself, Mike G of MOTN fame, how can you spoil a 25-year-old game?
Easily.
Easily. Very easily. And this thing, I got halfway through it. I'm like, yeah, that's enough. And it just shows pretty much everything from head to toe, even things that were still kind of being speculated. So I'm asking as a PSA to not watch this trailer if you care about this game a lot, because it's gonna jack you up. It's just too much. One thing about our friends over at Glorious Nippon, they really don't have a bone when it comes to spoilers. They don't care. You know what I mean? One of my favorite Japanese spoilers of all time is the trailer for Lord of the Rings. What's the last one called? Winner, help me out.
I don't know. You got to return to your mind.
Return of the King. Right. Thank you, sir. And at the very end of the trailer, it's a shot of Frodo screaming, "The ring is mine" at Mount Doom. It's like the biggest spoiler of all time. It's just like, oh no, why would you do that?
Is it really yeah, it's a spoiler.
It's an ultra spoiler, dude.
Spoiler. Don't you dare give me that tone.
How dare you, sir? I'm sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, get your words straight, Jack.
Why you keep checking me? I don't like this new emboldened winner. Stop checking me, dog.
I'm a strong, independent black woman, and I know what the...
Oh, snap. We're moving on. Okay.
Snap two times. Groove back.
Snap 2 times for me, though. There you go.
I'm waiting to exhale.
Are you waiting to exhale?
Yeah.
Is this the last temptation?
Poetic justice.
Are you having your own bit of poetic justice?
Isn't that a movie, right?
But have you read? But I heard that you read the book of Jason's lyric. Do you remember what the lyric was?
No.
Or did you have too much soul food? Now you're not feeling well.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm just saying, the best things in life are love and basketball. So there's a weird thing going on in comics right now, and I want to talk about this because we're talking comics, Winner. Comic books, things that people pick up and read.
One person picks it.
Hater aid. So there's whispers in the comic book nerdiverse that we're going to get another Marvel and DC crossover soon.
All right.
There's stupid whispers because weird things are happening. Like mentions of the Justice League have been appearing in the new Thor comic, and it's not subtle. It's really kind of on the nose. And there's whispers of like Marvel characters showing up in the new DC comics. And all of the comics Twitter is just all the major writers like Brian Michael Bendis, Jonathan Hickman. They're all just being real coy about it. So everyone's like, "Yo, we may not get a Marvel versus DC again, but if it would be monumentally big if Marvel and DC were to come together in the comics again." That's something I would want to like review. Like that's something I would want to keep up with. And that's really exciting news that we may get a new Marvel DC with all these new writers and these new approaches and these new characters. And it's really exciting times right now for comic book fans. And it's all starting in these Thor books. And I'm just like, they're mentioning the god of speed and the god of the oceans and the goddess of truth. And it's like, whoa, they're really doing it. So by this time next summer, we may have a Avengers, / Justice League comic, or X-Men / Teen Titans again. That'd be cool, man. That's having those two worlds clash again,
Yeah, man.
and it opens up the door for crazy ideas. Like, what if the MCU and the DCEU just started playing together in the same
Or what if
sandbox?
EC Comics comes in?
I wouldn't mind a Crypt Keeper versus the X-Men comic. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
You know, Tales from the Crypt and have like Deadman show up or Swamp Thing. That'd be neat. I'm with it.
Now you're gonna get a swamp rash.
Don't get that swamp rash. You gotta throw the whole. You get that bum bump. You gotta throw that whole lip out, dog.
Where's the baby powder?
Oh, what did the five fingers say to the face?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. So Kathleen Kennedy is saying that the new Indiana Jones 5 movie is not a reboot.
Okay.
Is Harrison Ford too old for this?
No, it depends on what way he's playing Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying?
What if they do this 5 and Mutt Jones is gone? You think they're gonna get Shia to come back as his son Mutt Jones, dog, with the leather jacket?
I'm pretty sure that's done with. Chris Pratt is the next person.
That's why I'm just like, just reboot the series, have Chris Pratt be Indiana Jones. I'm super okay with that. Plus, Indiana's a nickname, right?
Well,
So-
you have to have a passing of the torch, not a reboot, but a passing of the torch.
So I don't know, man. I don't get paid enough. Dude, I got a lot of tables.
Go like Chris Pratt is an aspiring treasure hunter. He goes, I need help. What's the one person that has been able to defeat the Nazis?
Indiana Jones. Do you know why Indiana Jones is called Indiana?
Because he's born from Indiana?
Nah, because that was the name of his dog.
Have you been watching Young Indiana Jones?
No, with like River Phoenix? Like the old school one?
All right, skip next.
Okay. Boomer Mike doesn't understand that reference. I brought this up for you because I know you're currently watching Evil with Mike Coulter. And apparently he's going to be joining Hulu for a new horror anthology called Monsterland. Sure as hell grabbed my attention.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been watching it for a while because I let Hulu run out.
Fair enough. But
I like Mike Coulter.
yeah, I want him to get more work. Yeah. He seems like a legit dude. And I'm a big fan of horror anthologies. It's like my favorite thing ever. So, them calling it Monster Land reminds me of this old show from the 80s called Monsters. And it was like eating bug licorice. And it was like a really goofy kind of take on Tales from the Dark Side. Look up the trailer. No, you know, that's going to be the exit for this podcast. I got to write that down. The theme song for Monsters is dumb. So we got to put that on there. But yeah, I'm really excited if they're going to do creature features or if it's going to be a through line for some kind of monster show. Like Supernatural, but not lame. But you know, speaking of Supernatural, apparently the CW is finally going to get a pilot done for that Lost Boys series they've been trying to get off the ground. Cry, little sister.
I don't think. Yeah, are there people asking for that?
No.
For this show? Okay.
Joel Schumacher, so he can get paid, probably. Like, how far could you stretch? I mean, I love that. Lost Boys is an amazing movie. I would love to do a review on that one day for Lost Boys. But I'm sure you can do a lot. What was the name of the town in California? The beach town was like Santa Clara or something like that.
Santa Clarita Diet.
That was a good show, actually.
No, stop.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I didn't watch
Netflix is never going to sponsor us. You don't need to.
I don't need to kiss their ass. Anyway, speaking of getting sponsored by streaming services, as we alluded to earlier, the Super Bowl happened. Yes. And we got a lot of trailers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
If Loki just lays off the weed.
Loki does need to lay off the weed. The weed.
Yeah.
Who in the Marvel Universe gets faded? You know for a fact gets high.
Black Panther.
Wow, Winter. Really, man?
Don't ask these questions, man.
Winter, please.
What?
But he does get his
Am
power.
I wrong?
He does get his powers from a heart-shaped flower that he burns and inhales into his face.
You're just trying. You think that I'm trying to make some weird joke here, and I was being serious.
If it wasn't for my super nerd knowledge, that would have sounded real wrong.
Well, it only sounds wrong because you guys are implying racism.
Wow. Who else, Winner? Who else in the Marvel Universe gets high on weed?
Luke Cage. I'm just kidding.
I'm officially tilted.
I'm just. I had to follow up with something.
Fair enough, man. If you're gonna lean into the mic, lean in hard, dog.
Yeah,
it was only like a 30-second trailer for this stuff, man. It looks really interesting. It
we're done.
Yeah, we're done, and we're moving right on.
I think
that.
Winter Soldier.
The Winter
Tony Stark.
The Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Tony Stark, I think.
We got to get you a metal arm, bro.
No.
The Winter Soldier, dog?
I enjoy my real arms too much.
You remember that video on the Joe Rogan show where Elon Musk was getting faded?
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Tony Stark will probably need to get high to create some of those armors, dog.
Oh, by the way, check out the interview of Robert Downey Jr. and Joe Rogan, talking about when Robert Downey Jr. Did that character from Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, he was like, I saw a bit of that where he was everyone told him it was a horrible idea.
Not everyone. No,
his mom, right?
Yeah.
His mom was like, "Yeah, this is super horrible, son. I hate you forever." And he's like, "Mom, I get it. I just want to be racist, okay?" Mom, I just want to be racist. Why would you let me be racist, Mom?
How dare you?
How dare you? Christoph Gans is developing new Silent Hill and Fatal Frame movies. I thought the video game horror game movie was dead, dude.
No, you better believe they would, if they had a chance, they would reboot or like continue the Resident Evil movies.
Silent Hill and Fatal Frame are both based off of existing horror properties, each respectively from the Japanese culture, you know what I mean, which is fine. If the same guy is developing both, there's going to be a lot of bleed in between Fatal Frame, which is pretty much a glorified Pokemon Snap with evil, malevolent ghosts, and Silent Hill, which is pretty much just a Pokemon Snap with evil, malevolent ghosts. I wish they would have different directors for this. Maybe he's just helping develop, like, on the executive producer side of things. But these two movies need completely different voices. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want them to seem too... it's almost like the James Hahn effect, where it's like all his movies feel the same. Even though having a horror cinematic universe is a horror geek's dream, it's just still, I hope for the best for these two. Because I'm a big Silent Hill fan. Not a very big Fatal Frame fan. I didn't play a lot of Fatal Frame. But we'll see. Speaking of things that I'm not a fan of, did you watch this Fast and Furious 9 trailer?
I watched a little bit of it, yeah.
What's going on with this series, man? Can you tell me? Can you explain to me the Fast and Furious timeline? Do you know it?
No, there's no way I could do that. I wouldn't do it justice.
Do you know it's all about family?
It's all about family.
And how they got like a Chevy Camaro to Spider-Man across a super
and
chasm.
Apparently, there's a contract where Vin Diesel can't lose fights in movies.
How insecure do you have to be? No one can beat up the Diesel.
Is it insecure or is it like he knows the...
Or is it brilliant?
Yeah. Like, brilliant? They're on number 9, folks.
Dude, jeez. Can you imagine? Like, who would have thought? The very first DVD I ever bought in my life was Fast and the Furious. And I was at a Tower Records, I'll never forget. And I was like, "Ooh, what's this new DVD?" I think I got like a PlayStation 2. That was like,
no, Mike, no.
And I bought Fast and Furious for like $20 at the Tower in Marina Del Rey for those LA cats. And I took it home and I was so proud of myself. I was like, "Look, it's all these effects and stuff. You can't watch this on VHS." Good times.
Good times. So much.
I was thinking of Good Times. Big Time. I was thinking of the other one. Taron Egerton is in talks to lead in a Little Shop of Horrors remake. Little Shop of Horrors. That's actually that's actually my favorite musical of all time. Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
It's really good. The music is
I
so
don't know.
choice.
I like Tommy.
I'm not going to fight you on that, man.
Yeah.
Tommy
We're
is strong.
not going to take it.
Tommy is strong, dude.
I'm the gypsy, the acid queen. Baby, before I start.
I would never argue with anyone's musical tastes, man.
Oh my gosh.
That's a fight you're not going to win, man. You know, like you can't argue down.
Typical liberal media taking
a stance against our freedoms. No, but Little Shop of Horrors is amazing, dude. I was just listening to that soundtrack in the car the other day with like Rick Moranis and Steve Martin. You know what I mean? And Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold, dude. It tripped me out because I forgot that Tisha Campbell from Martin and Tashina Arnold from Martin were in that movie.
Or My Wife and Kids.
Or My Wife and Kids. Martin is better than My Wife and Kids. Anyway.
What?
Facts. And I forgot, like, how young were they when Little Shop of Horrors came out? Like, they had to be kids. Because then they were still young in Martin. These women don't age.
I don't want to talk to you.
Black don't crack. What? Truth?
My Wife and Kids is better than Martin, or is not as good as Martin.
True.
They're equal at best.
Martin has Martin.
Okay.
That's my rebuttal.
I guess I don't know much of Martin.
Martin is amazing.
I just know Blue Streak and Big Mama's House.
All I know is Don't You Know No Good. Don't you know no good. No. Okay. Winder, you must know what Don't You Know No Good is.
No, I don't, but we're moving on.
Okay, last.
It's not 1991.
Don't you know no good? You don't know nothing about Don't You Know No Good. Netflix is developing a live action One Piece movie or something. You know that One Piece is like literally like 700 episodes and going and running. My biggest problem with anime is how do you condense all of that?
Yeah, I wasn't asking.
Into one movie.
I wasn't asking, actually.
I'm just saying, this is my problem with it. Like,
no one was asking.
I'm talking apropos of nothing, right? One Piece is like 890 episodes or something crazy like that. It is like, okay, Netflix, you have one movie. Explain what One Piece is in an hour and a half. It's like, what? That's the impossible feat. And it's like, the easy answer
Shuffle
is...
your feet, lose your seat.
Shuffle your feet, lose your seat. And it's like, the easy answer is, okay, just do the first season. But even that's like 25 episodes. So how do you distill that into one? But comic book movies do it all the time. It's like, you have 75 years of Spider-Man history, distill it in one movie. And it's like, explain where the character motivations are, give him an antagonist, give him a love interest, just tell a story that encapsulates that character. I guess anime can work the same way. If you have an original story based on One Piece characters, and you just distill those characters, but then it's just Spider-Man, right? Your focus as a viewer is just on Spider-Man and his supporting cast. One Piece has all types of characters in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you spread that out? It's like Luffy, of course, Straw Hat Luffy is the main character, but all of the other characters are equally as interesting. It's not like Dragon Ball, where it's like, okay, Goku and Vegeta, you're good. Who would want
Keep going.
Who would want a 2-hour movie about Yamcha, except for that one guy who super loves Yamcha? Who's your favorite anime character of all time? You're just going to let me talk, aren't you?
Yeah. Favorite anime character? I like the priest from Van Helsing.
I'm not going to fight you on that. He's cool.
Yeah.
Would you be a battle priest if the times called for it?
I don't think there's so many issues with that.
All right, winner. Yeah. You're doing your thing on a Sunday, and a dude walks in with like one of those Nicholas D. Wolfwood crosses that turn into like a rocket launcher,
Okay.
And he tells you, he says, Winter, you have been chosen to join the sacred covenant of the Iron Cloth. You have to dedicate 10 years of your life to the training for the war that's been preordained and predestined. Are you ready? Would you just go with this guy in his blacked out van
No.
and join the Brotherhood of the Iron Cloth?
No, I would never do that.
And learn kung fu and learn weaponry and
No.
and drink the holy
None of
water to
that
get
sounds
powers.
cool. No.
You're not gonna become a battle priest?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not a priest.
Why, you wouldn't just do it?
No, man.
Okay. What about a Uber pastor, where you get powers? You have to eat of the flesh, and then you get like super strength and speed. You get a 6-pack, and you can jump really high, and you learn like the sacred arts of the Mossad. You learn how to fight with a scimitar.
No, there's absolutely nothing in me that wants me to do any of that. Okay,
you learn how to fight with 2 scimitars.
No, my life is based on a wood fireplace, writing philosophy, like philosophical stories, and comic books.
You get a companion falcon.
No, you're not helping. All right, this is tell them where they can reach you at, Mike.
Whatever, man.
Tell them where they can reach you, Mike.
All right, this is what is happening on the Nerdiverse right now. I'm going to do a poll immediately after recording this. And I'm going to ask everyone, would you rather become a Uber pastor or a battle priest? And I'm going to see, and I'm going to let the rubber hit the road.
Yeah, they can reach me at Trashbook the Third, at Trashbook III. I'm on all social media. Yeah, that's all I got.
You get like holy water super soakers, dude.
All right,
you know
check out Masters of the Nerdiverse on your favorite podcasting app. If you know of a JOB in a certain area, let Mike G know.
Holy shit, you ain't told no lies. I am LinkedIn. I am a LinkedIn monster right now, Nerdiverse. And I do indeed need that information. So, hey, DM me your occupational opportunities. If you like this dumb, powered by the Lord podcast information, join our Patreon /MOTN. Hit it, winner.
Toss a coin to your masters, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, ka-ching ching.
Get the money. You feed the money. You tied an offer to the MOTN altar, and Winter can power up and become a battle pastor. I kick ass for the Lord. But if you want to support us non-monetarily, you can always like our content, subscribe to our channels, and comment on our episodes. Feedback is important. We want to know if we're doing good or if we're doing bad. Let us know either way so we can fine-tune this oiled machine to become the monolith. If this is your very first time listening to the podcast, I would like to first say thank you and welcome you to the Nerdiverse. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G.
And I've been your host, Winter.
And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.